Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 7 Days of Grounding, Day 2. Let's begin seated. We'll come right into our asana practice today. You can be seated cross-legged. You can kneel. Find a comfortable seat that allows your spine to be growing straight from the earth below you up to the sky above, your shoulders to drop, and your hands can come to rest on your knees or on the earth, palms down in a more grounded position. You can shut your eyes or just allow your focus to be soft on the ground in front of you. And start by tuning into your breath. Just notice the quality of your breath today without altering it, desiring it to be different. Just notice the rise and fall of your belly, your chest, the flow of breath through the back of your throat, through your nostrils. And checking in with yourself here today. Is your breath different or the same than it was 6 minutes ago, 60 minutes ago, 6 hours ago, yesterday? Is your heart rate fast, slow, perceptible or imperceptible, different or the same than 6 or 60 minutes or 6 hours ago? Where are you holding tension in your body today? In your jaw and your hips, shoulders, eyebrows, fingers. And as you breathe, welcome in the quality of curiosity with each inhale. Inquiry about what your body is trying to tell you. And exhale, sealing it in without judgment, without blame, punishment, just what is. Inhale in curiosity. Exhale in compassion. Inhale in inquiry about the messages your body has for you. Exhale, acceptance of these messages. And as we move through our grounding practice together this morning, maybe keeping the intention of just being a student of your own experience today. What would it be like to marvel at what your body, what your experience has to teach you this morning, no matter what that thing is? You don't need to look to experts, to teachers, to outside sources for wisdom. The wisdom is already in your body. It's already within you. You are the teacher you've been seeking. Breathe in. And breathe out. You can allow the eyes to float open if you'd like, or keep them shut. And we'll move through some stretches for the neck and head to begin today. If you are kneeling, come now down to cross-legged and take your hands out to the sides, fingertips down, grounded into the earth, and arms long, reaching down as if you were a tree branches rooting down into the earth. Breathe here, shoulder blades coming together behind you. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, just a gentle stretch for the right side of the neck. And begin by just sending the breath to the neck here. Using your exhales to soften a little further into these muscles of your neck that work so hard, keeping your head up. You can take the head gently, super slowly forward and back, if that feels good. And everything related to the neck muscles, just moving with lots of care, not rushing or forcing, no straining. But just exploring these micro movements here as you stretch the side of your neck. And if you'd like a little more sensation, You can take the left hand, drape it over your head, connect the left hand with the right ear. And not an action of pulling or forcing here, but rather just pressure. So just a little pressure from your hand into the ear. And breathe. For a lot of us, this is a seat of a lot of our tension, the neck and shoulders. And it could be emotional stress, could be physical stress from a lifestyle that keeps us hunched over, typing, texting, driving, or maybe both. But either way, just giving some love to those little muscles here. And next, bring your right hand directly below your collarbone on the right side, left hand behind the back of your skull, and turn your gaze up towards your left elbow while you pull down with your right hand, just tractioning out the muscles in the front of your throat and chest here, and a little bit in the back of your left shoulder. So it's opposition elbows moving away from each other. And breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And gently release. Fingertips back to the earth, and take some rolls of the shoulders, just up and back, up and back. And then switch directions, roll your shoulders forward. And same series, second side, so fingertips walk out, right ear towards the right shoulder. And begin again, exploring what it feels like on the left side. You can play with this as you will. And taking the head forward and back. Again, micro movements, no rushing. These muscles hold a lot of tension, so they need to be treated with love and care. We don't want to rush into a deep stretch and then aggravate ourselves. We want to unwind it with softness. And maybe taking the variation right hand over to the left ear. Using the breath as your ally here. What are you learning in this shape? And then moving into that oppositional stretch. So left hand right below the left collarbone, right hand to the back of the skull. Pulling elbows gently in opposite directions, and then looking up towards the right elbow. And it's really the suggestion of the oppositional force between the elbows more than anything else. Just creating that sense of expansion through the chest, through the heart. And exhale, release. Roll the shoulders forward and back. Take the left arm across the body. Right arm bends at the elbow, and just pull the arm across the body back towards you, a gentle stretch for the whole left upper arm. And breathe, sending the breath to the parts that are tight, that are talking to you. You can roll out the wrist here. And for a counter stretch, I'll turn around so you can see. We'll just take a bind behind our back. So my left arm is going to come behind. My right arm reaches up and over my head towards my left fingertips. If I can't reach my hands together, that's fine. I could just grab onto my shirt, or even just reach the hands towards each other in a suggestion of the posture. Even place the hand on my back and on my back here. And again, what we're going for is the sense of the elbows moving in opposite directions, just like we did in that neck stretch. So go for expansion through the chest here. Breathe. If you can touch your fingertips, but in order to touch them, you need to round your spine, then instead choose to move the hands further apart so that you can keep your chest open, your elbows moving up and down. And slowly release. Arms out wide, breathe in. Breathe out. And switch second side. Right arm across the body, pull it towards you. And send the breath to the right arm. You can roll the wrists. And just curiosity here, a whole new side. Is it the same or different? What's the quality of this side versus the first? And then when you're ready, moving into that counter stretch. So left arm lies, right arm behind, left arm up and over. And find your variation on this side. More than likely it's quite different than the first. And where can you bring back in that attitude of curiosity? Right? Instead of wishing I was different, my body was different, my flexibility was different. Even my tight or achy parts were different. Can I instead be curious about what my body is teaching me or telling me through these things? What do I need to do differently? What parts just are calling for love or restoration, for nurture? And gently unwind. Hands back out wide. Inhale, big breath, fill up. Exhale, release. You can unfurl your legs and come into tabletop position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and some nice slow cat-cow tilts of the spine here today after we did that deep work for the neck and shoulders. Let's continue with our attention drawing primarily to the space between our shoulder blades here in our cat-cow for today. Just something to play with. So on your inhale, open the chest, bring your awareness to the part between your shoulder blades, squeeze together, push down through the hands, breathe in. Exhale, round the spine, expanding through the shoulder blades. Feel how the shoulder blades move away from each other, almost like wings opening. And then come forward and move with your breath. Using your inhales and exhales to expand and contract your spine here. And just become curious about how this movement feels in your body today. Come back to neutral spine. Plant the right hand down. Peel the left arm open up to the sky. Push down through the right hand. Reach up through the left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pull something down from the sky into your body. Exhale, send that thing down into the earth. And gently release. And just switch sides. Left hand down, right arm peels open, reach up. And what are you pulling in today with your practice, with your energy? What are you reaching for? What are you sending down? What energy are you calling in with this expansive shape? And release. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal out the feet, shake the head yes or no, roll the head gently. Just play with any little micro movements that feel delicious to you here in this shape today. It doesn't have to look like it did yesterday, doesn't have to look like it ever has before. What does your body need in this shape, this downward dog today? All 10 fingers wide. Head hanging heavy, no tension in the neck. Breath traveling from your tailbone all the way down to the crown of your head. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, allow your heels to drop. 2 more times like that, just stretching the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels drop. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels drop. Look forward. Walk the feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Step the feet hips width apart. 2 fist distance between your feet. And allow your head to hang heavy. Hold torso to melt forward. You can grab opposite elbows, sway out the head. Micro bend in the knees. Just rinsing out. Almost like your body's a waterfall spilling down. And release the grip of your elbows. Bend your knees. And super slowly roll up the spine. Coming to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Look up, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to in order to let your hands meet the earth. Plant the right hand in front of the feet, centered, and then peel the left arm up to the sky. Same thing that we did in tabletop, but this is the folded version. Once you've peeled open, you could begin to straighten the left leg. Move slow. You might feel a stretch in the left IT band. Just experiment with this shape. This folded twist. You can look up or down. And become curious about any thoughts that come up here. Are you telling yourself it should feel or look a certain way? Because that's not actually true, right? It's your body, it's your shape, your practice. This can feel and look any way that feels best to you. And exhale, release, and then just switch left hand in front of the feet and the knees. And peel the right arm open, and then maybe play with straightening the right leg. Release both hands to the earth. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Plant both hands. Keep the right foot where it is. Step the left foot back. And drop the back knee, low lunge. And stay here with the fingertips into the earth. Spiral the chest open. And see about just a little bit of suggestion of expansion in the chest and shoulders here. Again, that action of bringing the shoulder blades together, or even just the intention of awareness between the shoulder blades here. And breathe. Your next breath, we'll come back into a half split, half Hanumanasana, and just begin to straighten the right leg. You can point or flex the right toes. And you can keep this little movement here, if that feels good, a little more dynamic. Sending the breath into the back of the right leg. Or you can make it more static, folding over the right leg. And send your breath to the places that feel tight, and places that are calling out. Your next inhale, bend back into the right knee, coming forward. Left hand down, right arm peels up, same twist. Look up towards the right hand, breathe in. Exhale, plant both hands to frame the foot. Untuck the back toes and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, let your heels drop. Bend your knees, walk your feet to your hands. forward fold. And rinse out. Allow this to be soft. Allow it to be fluid, nurturing. Rinsing down the spine with each exhale. Bend the knees, roll up the spine. Come to stand, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, breathe in, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Same thing, second side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees so that your hands can touch the earth. And take that same folded twist series again, beginning on the right. So right hand touches the ground, left arm peels open, left leg moves towards straight. Use the breath. Send it to the places that need it. And switch sides, left hand down, right arm open, breathe, peel, go. This shape always feels like is it a morning glory? The flowers that open each day with the sun. It feels like a flower unfurling to me, this shape. Really any of these twists. So maybe keep that image in mind as you peel yourself open today. What can you peel open for or towards? And exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant both hands. And keep the left foot where it is, step the right foot back for low lunge, second side. And find your shape. So keeping the fingertips grounded here. Expanding open through the chest, through the heart. Thinking about the shoulder blades squeezing together, just a little bit of expansion through the heart here. Look forward. So a lot of us think about our heart space as the front of our chest, right? Our heart, like our breastbone, but our heart space is also the back of our heart between our shoulder blades. Both of these things count as our heart space in at least the way I was taught to think about asana in yoga and energetic centers as well. So maybe just curious if you do have a lot of tension in your shoulders and that space between your shoulder blades. Could also be some type of emotional, energetic blockage in your heart space, or something to look at, to be curious about your relationship with love, the exchange of love to others and self. And when you're ready, you can slowly release back into half Hanumanasana, second side. So straightening the left leg, moving with curiosity, maybe pointing and flexing the foot, maybe folding over into a static version, or keeping just these little micro movements as you explore this shape, always using the breath. And slowly bend back into the left knee. Keep the right hand down, left arm peels open, twist. Push down, reach up, breathe. Exhale, both hands frame the foot, tuck the back toes, step back to downward facing dog, and pedal it out. Settling back in, grounding back in. Bring your gaze between your hands. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, forward fold. And this time we'll separate our feet and get ready to come into Malasana squat. So step your feet out wide, bend your knees, keep your weight in your hands as you transition to avoid any pressure on the knees. And then sit your body back so that you're in a low squat. You can be way up here, you can be all the way down. You can be somewhere in the middle. Hands come to prayer position. Elbows on the inside of the knees, giving yourself a little bit of resistance, a little bit of pressure. And the goal not to crank your squat open, but instead the intention here that I like, that works for me, is to have the intention of opening my heart space, squeezing my shoulder blades together again. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can come straight to seated and just take the same position with your hands and focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together, the chest opening intention. But either one, seated or Malasana squat, let's stay here for 5 good breaths and really focusing on that heart center expansion here. And then in either shape, we'll take a twist. So left hand will come to the earth, right arm peel up and open, and follow the trajectory of your right arm with your gaze. Breathe. This is what it will look like in Malasana. If you're seated, it would just look like this. So same thing, my left arm coming in front of my left shin, right arm peeling up and open. And then come back to center and just switch. Right arm down, left arm peels up, gaze follows the left arm. Breathe for the expansion. And exhale, hands come back to center. And everybody come to meet seated on the earth. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Hands bind around the feet. And take some time here to give your feet a little bit of love. And give the arches, inner arches of your feet, a massage with your thumbs. Just a great position to connect with your feet, carry us through so much of our day. And a foot massage is really a simple but beautiful, powerful way to give ourselves some love. Our own hands to our own feet. How often in our busy work days do we find ourselves giving ourselves such a tangible symbol of love? Like a foot massage. If you're like me, the answer is rarely, if ever, during a busy day. And it's amazing how even just these little micro gestures of self-care, like 45 seconds for a foot rub during our asana practice, can send our body some powerful messages about how we matter to ourselves. And there's something so grounding about squeezing the soles of my feet with my hands for me. How does it feel for you? You're not the same. Can you be curious? How does this feel? And then you can let the massage go. Let your hands bind around your joined feet. And rest here in Baddha Konasana. You can stay lifted through the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades together and down. Knees working towards the earth. And just feeling the sort of resistance support that you create with your arms here in this shape. It's almost like your own little suspension, your own little resistance band, or your own little sling. Just giving yourself some traction. And then if you'd like, you can begin to gently pull the chest forward towards the feet. Move with your breath. Make the shape feel good for you. Notice where the sensation comes up here in this shape for you. And where can you send the breath to soften instead of force? Soften instead of grab. the spine if you folded. And take some seated single leg stretches. No, we won't do that. Plant the soles of the feet and just allow your legs to windshield wiper side to side. A nice little release for the lower back. Some fluidity through the hips, through the legs. And then from here, we'll come straight down, all the way down to laying on our backs and preparing for Shavasana. You can let the arms stretch long overhead. Let the legs stretch long. Fingertips and toes reaching in opposite directions. Breathing in. And then exhale, side out. Let everything go. Soles of the feet to the earth. Arms out wide to a T. And just let the knees fall to one direction. So super gentle spinal twist. And then if you'd like, you can have the gaze fall in the opposite direction of the knees. Or maybe just keep the gaze up to the sky above. And then with slowness, with ease, just flap the knees over to the other side. Resisting the urge to force or twist with any type of muscular action here, but rather just let this spinal twist today be one that's completely soft, surrendered, just flopped over, falling into the earth. No muscular work. Bring your knees back up to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees and then just touch your forehead, your third eye, to your kneecaps for a few breaths. Simple but powerful posture of self-love, self-nurturance. And when you're ready, you can move into Shavasana. Again, the option of keeping your soles of your feet and palms grounded down into the earth like we did yesterday. This is our 7 days of grounding practice. Maybe you're craving a little more connection, a little more stability, more grounding into the earth. Or you can let your arms and legs extend long. Letting go now of any remaining muscular tension, any remaining control over the breath, over the thoughts. And seeing what it's like now to just be, to just surrender. We'll enter us into Shavasana today with a reading from the Radiance Sutras. It's a translation of the ancient text, the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, translated by Lauren Roche. And I'll read aloud his translation of the sacred text and then allow that to just be and settle after my words finish. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like, as long as feels correct for you today. And we'll all join together again tomorrow for day 3. This is Sutra 64. Secrets are hidden in darkness and difficult nights. You awaken into a pang of aloneness, a howl of separation. This is the call of the Dark One. The roar of life seeking its source. The union you long for is within reach. Throw off all hesitation. Become one with the fear. Plunge into the uncanny blackness, eyes wide open, as if there were no other choice. vibrating with fierce tenderness. Breathe intimately with the Lord of infinite space. This verse tells us to take our worst fears and merge with them, to use the terribleness of darkness as a gateway into the mystery of the soul. Meditate on this and something mysterious happens. You become one with the blackness. It is strangely liberating to go through the fear to the other side, which is indescribable. Beyond and inside the wildness of nature, there is intense friendliness.